Analytically, I think we've won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. There's an expected score, and we won 2 out of 3. And I know you're looking confused, but
So y'all just heard that foolishness that Kenny Atkinson said. This man is trying to finesse us. Mike, this man said that they won 2 out of 3 games due to the analytics. The last time I checked, they just got swept and lost by 37. That is the most nasty work ever, man. I don't know, expert, how you keep a job after saying some crazy stuff like this and losing by 37 and getting swept. I don't know, man.
Hey, man, analytics is everything these days. Forget the game. forget what happens in the game. Actually, it's all about the analytics. If you get the analytics right, even if you lose, you win. That's basically what he's saying.
Dog, that sounds like a line from White Man Can't Jump when she said, sometimes you lose, but you really won, and sometimes you won, but you really lost.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't come on here with that mumbo jumbo. The people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the real deal, man.
Kids at home, if you want to see what the word quit means,
Oh, come on, Chuck.
to give up. The verb of that is cavaliers.
Dog, this man had a 22-point lead in game 1 and blew it.
Yeah.
Left 4 timeouts on the clock. And then
I like to hold my timeouts. I mean, I didn't want to get
turned around and basically kept doing the same thing, made no adjustments. He had the nerve to finesse us and say that James Harden is a good defender. I know we said this before, but when has he ever been a good defender?
Nah, James Harden has never been a good defender.
The hell is this? Look at this crap. You kidding me? It ain't okay to go around here and not know. That ain't cute. Really don't care. About as selfish an act as you could be. Look at this. You kidding me?
He could have just been saying that to try to pump his guy up and, they do that sometimes. But the thing about it is, Kenny Atkinson, the crazy thing about it is not that he's a bad coach. Because he hasn't been a bad coach, and he's had some
One coach of the year last year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He had some good seasons with them already. He was 64-18 last year, 52-30 this year. He won coach of the year last year. Went to the playoffs both. He lost in the East semifinals last year. Went to the playoffs both years. So he had some good qualities, but the man just sounds delusional in the playoffs, and it seems like he doesn't know what to do when he gets to the playoffs. He's like the coaching James Harden. He's like the James Harden of coaches. You're great in the regular season and terrible in the playoffs.
Oh, I gotta address this, man. Y'all see the hat, right? Shout out to my boy Clifton Andrews. You know what I'm saying? We made a bet. Me and my homeboy Cliff made a bet. He's from New York. I'm from the land. He's a huge Knicks fan. And y'all see, if y'all comment and y'all bet with KP, I hold my word. I got the hat on. I'm up here saying, go New York, go, like Vanilla Ice.
Go, New York, go!
Man, that's crazy work, Kenny. Thank you for doing that to me.
What the hell's going on out here?
I'm fired for that.
Thanks
a lot, Kenny.
You look better in the Knicks hat than the Cavs hat anyway, so there you go.
Yo, man, there's no reason the NBA team should get blown out in the Eastern Conference Finals by 37 points. At one point, it was down by 40 at home.
Yeah.
It's different if it was in the Garden, but at home, you can't let go of the rope like that, man.
I've seen desperation. We've had this conversation on some of these other series. Kenny know what desperation is. Shaq know what desperation is. When you come up and give up 40 points in a must-win game, the first quarter at home, you unpacked it in. Because 40 points, Ernie, at home?
37.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Knicks are on one right now, though, man. They found their stride at the right time. People were back and forth on the Knicks, during the season. They were like, hey, the Knicks are a great team. And then they were like, oh, I don't know about the Knicks. But the Knicks seemed like in this playoffs, they found their stride at the right time. And, depending on who gets to that finals against them, they might be able to win it. I think they have a better chance against the Spurs than they do the Thunder. But
I agree.
But still,
yo, man, the last 2 closeout games, the Hawks 51, the Cavs 37.
Yeah,
we ain't seen nothing like this probably since like Shaq and Kobe just blowing people out like this, or the Golden State Warriors where it was over at halftime.
Mm-hmm. I know that the Dallas Mavericks are shaking their head right now.
They gotta be sick, man.
My goodness, giving up Jalen Brunson. Because Jalen Brunson.
Yo, and they don't have either one of them. Both of them gone now.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is Jalen Brunson has been making James Harden and Donovan Mitchell look crazy out there. I
No,
mean,
he hasn't. Kenny Atkinson's been making them look crazy because your coach got to put you in a position to win. I
I
told you
understand.
before, this man is either incompetent or he's betting on the games. That's it. There's no
Man,
middle ground.
I understand that, but basketball is still basketball. You still got to get out there, regardless of what the game plan is the coach has out there. If he has no game plan, you still got to go out there and defend. And I mean, Jalen Brunson has shown that none of those guys can. I mean, James Harden and Donovan Mitchell aren't good defenders, anyways. And
Okay, and
neither
you got
one of
some
those.
good defenders on your team. Why not put them on Brunson?
No, I got that. But what I'm saying is, those guys, James Harden and those guys trying to defend Jalen Brunson is clowning them. He is making them look crazy, showing them
Yeah.
that you can't defend me. That's what he's doing. The coach can't go out there and defend the guys for you. If you're on that guy or if you're defending that guy, because all they're doing is switching. Every team switches.
And they give up the switch so easy. They
Yeah.
they'll put Dean Wade, who air quote is a good defender, I guess. The guy's I think he's a stiff. He don't give you anything on offense. But anyway, you put him on Brunson, and then the guy just gives up the switch. So why is he even on the floor if he's gonna get a switch up every time and he can't help you on offense?
But that's the game that's played. That's not even a Kenny Atkinson thing. That's an NBA thing. Every team just about does that. They switch on every. That's why you always see centers end up on guards because they switch every time.
Yeah,
So
but when
there you
Schroeder was
go.
in the game, Schroeder fights over the switch. He don't just get a switch up. He actually fight over it.
Yeah, so that's an old school mentality, and Schroeder has that mentality. But overall, it's still a switching game. Every team switch.
Yeah.
You'll have some people. That's why I say it is the coach. Yeah, the coach may not have a good game plan and all that, but when you're out there on the floor, you still know what you have to do when you're out there playing basketball. Obviously, and it shows. Dennis Schroeder knows what he needs to do when he's out there. He stays with his guy. Some of the other people don't know this or don't do this. They just switch because the coaches have them switching. But you got to, when you're out there on the floor, it's not always what the coach is saying. Sometimes you got to use your head and use your mind. Even Draymond Green brought it up. Draymond Green said that. Draymond Green said, there's no way that I'm going to be out there and I'm going to let Steph Curry guard Jalen Brunson all game. He said that. He said, there's no way that I'm going to do that. I'm going to step in and I'm going to get in Jalen Brunson's face and guard him. That's what these guys got to do. They got to take the initiative.
Yeah, but I mean, if you know you're not a good defender, you don't put your worst defender on their best player. That's coaching to lose. That's malpractice. That's like me saying, okay, you know what? I think I will let a small forward defend Shaquille O'Neal, and then be shocked that Shaq got 40. That's
No,
crazy.
we understand that, but sometimes you got, as the actual player, you have to make that decision yourself sometimes. If you see that your guy is getting beat by this guy because y'all switching everything and the
Yeah.
coaches, you got to make, just like what I'm saying, Draymond Green said, he would make the decision to get out there and not leave Steph Curry on him. That's not a Steve Kerr decision. That's a
Right, the
Draymond
player
Green basketball decision.
we've been on the court and the player's been somebody getting cooked. You like, yo, let me get him. I got
Exactly.
this guy.
There's
Switch
plenty
up.
of time.
I mean, we've
there's
seen
times
that
I
even
did that.
with MJ. They'll be like, "No, Michael, you go get him." Or like
Yeah.
with the Lakers and the Bulls, they put Scotty on Magic, and that changed everything. It was pretty much lights out after that.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, as a player, you got to do that. You got to use common sense. You got to have some type of IQ. For
Well,
some reason they don't.
this is the problem though. When you playing, I think they could do it with the two bigs on the floor. When Allen and Mobley on the floor, yes, that could happen because you could put Mobley on Brunson. That's your actual best defender. Guy won Defensive Player of the Year. When he's the only guy out there, now you're compromised because now you've given up where Cat can just easily get to the rim with a little guy on him, or you double Cat or Brunson, they swing the balls to open three. I mean, this is like
Okay.
simple. Anybody could figure this out. You ain't got to be no expert. You could figure this out. Just you don't even need Chat GPT to help you out with this. You just need to look. And I think that's what, a lot of people are saying, that analytics is killing the game. Analytics told him that they won the game, but the final score told you lost.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is the players still can make decisions while they're out there if the stuff is not working. But yes, it is on the coach. The coach is supposed to be putting the schemes together and all that, and he didn't do a good job. I'm not taking the onus off of him. I'm just saying, as a player, they got to make some decisions while they're out there. I mean, obviously everybody's seen James Harden play for years and years and knows that James Harden is not going to be able. James Harden
Yeah,
probably can't.
turnstile.
Well, James Harden probably can't even guard you right now, Captain. You know, I mean KP. Excuse me.
No, I think I don't know, man. I think James Harden might got me, dog. I ain't got that much left in the tank now. Now, maybe somebody got something a little bit more in the tank. Yeah, like the homie that we went to school with, John Beckett, shout out to him, one of the coaches for the Denver Nuggets. He probably could cook James Harden right now because he got a mean
he probably
crossover.
could. Yeah, and he's pretty quick. I mean, I know he's older now. You know, he's older than us. Well, older than me. Yeah, but what you call it?
Me too.
He's older than you too. I don't know. You pretty old. So
no,
but,
he's older than me. Don't try that, bro.
But I mean, John Beckett, it was quick. I guarded him one time, you know, just joking around, playing or whatever, and
first step and gone,
yeah,
bro.
that first step. Oh my goodness, crazy.
First step and out of there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is part of the thing too, though, man. We start talking about the analytics where you look crazy. To be like, this is loser mentality to me. To say you coach well for 3 quarters, that's loserville, bro.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. How can players play hard for you and you saying these ridiculous things to the media? So that means what you say in the locker room is probably worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you get behind somebody saying stuff like that? Would you be like, man, time for vacation, bro? Gas up the jet.
No, that's ridiculous. So do you think he should be out?
Yes.
Even Stephen A. Smith said that, you know, I mean, he said it kind of jokingly a little bit, but, you know, there's some truth in every joke. And he said that, you know, Kenny Atkinson saying this stuff shows that he should be an assistant coach in this league.
I agree,
know,
100%. It's a fireable offense.
Yeah, but if you look at it, I mean, the pros for Kenny Atkinson, I mean, he's got 116 wins in 2 years, coach of the year, semifinal, been in the playoffs both years, but then you got the cons. And if you look at it, even though he's made the playoffs, he was a number 1 seed last year and he was out in the second round.
That's bad.
You know, and then this year, you know, they got what people say even a better team, adding James Harden to that team, and now they're getting swept by the Knicks and getting swept decisively.
It's in an embarrassing fashion, too.
Yeah, in an embarrassing
fashion. It's how you lose, too.
But also, to go with that, he could have got away with it. But then he had to open his mouth and say the stuff that he said about the analytics, and I think that's what's going to hurt him and get him out the door.
Because if you...
Analytically, I think we won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3.
Dan Gilbert, would you be okay with somebody saying that in an interview?
I don't know if I was Dan Gilbert. If I was me, I wouldn't be okay with somebody saying that in the interview. But Dan Gilbert, I don't know the way he thinks, man. He might.
Man, Dan Gilbert's got a short. He don't have a lot of patience, bro. He's not that type of owner that plays the fool around game. So, and this is the thing too. You lost to Mike Brown. I mean, not to take anything away from it, but come on, man. This isn't like it's Steve Kerr, one of these legendary coaches like Pop. Or even my guy in Boston. I can't think of his name right now. Or Udoka, or one of them guys is like, you know, got a good coaching resume, all that type of stuff. You lost to Mike Brown, dog. This dude been all over the league. He getting fired left and right. And that's who you lost to?
You know, there's something about us Mikes that, you know, we hang in there.
Now you on the Mike Brown train.
Hey, I mean, we're able to, you know, to last and able to find ways to win, find ways to get stuff done, you know. That's Mike.
One thing for sure, nobody could question this cat trade and putting the Villanova team together. You can't question it because it worked.
It's been working so far. You know, it's been working so far. I mean, it is the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference, we do know, was open where anybody could have won it. I mean, if Cleveland would have won it, we won the East, we wouldn't have been surprised. If the Pistons would have won the East, we wouldn't have been surprised. The Knicks winning, we're not surprised. So it's a little different. Now, if you look out west, there's some teams that could have won that we would have been like, oh, man, I wasn't expecting them to get through. But the East was just wide open. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, you made the trade to get to the finals, and you in the finals. You have been there since 1999. So
no, understandable. I'm just saying the East is
giving
what
up all that draft compensation. At the end of the day, you check the box that you needed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but we'll see. You know, it's one thing to get to the finals. But you got to win it. You know, you get to the finals, it is what it is, but you got to win it. So we'll see what happens there.
I think right now, the Knicks, like you said, they're hot at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
They have a mega advantage now that they're going to get a lot of rest again because they got done with their series quickly. This San Antonio Thunder is probably going to go 7 games.
Yeah, it could
be
it's
at least
advantage.
6 right now.
Mm-hmm. It could be an advantage. It could be a disadvantage. So we'll see.
I mean, so far it's been an advantage because they swept the last, The last 2 series they swept. They swept Boston and they swept Cleveland.
Yeah, but neither one of those teams are the Oklahoma City Thunder. If they go against the Thunder, they're gonna have a hard time.
I agree. Because the
Yeah,
Thunder
they're gonna
just
have a
have
hard time.
waves of players. They got
Yeah.
waves. One guy after another. And they got, 4 different guys that's last name Williams. They can ball.
Exactly. You know,
Chet.
and
And then it's the thing, too. The Thunder, Jalen Williams is on the bench hurt.
yeah, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, of course, the Thunder have to get through the Spurs, and the Spurs are a formidable team, and that'd be a better matchup. You know, like I said, I would rather see the Spurs and the Knicks
Me too.
than the Thunder and the Knicks. The Thunder, I don't really like watching that team. All the
All the
trying to draw the flopping and trying to draw the fouls every time, and kicking your legs out and stepping on the
The
foot to
flopping
try
is
to.
so outrageous,
Yeah,
bro.
it's just crazy.
And then, like, all the falling down and acting and stuff. And then on the other end, all the grabbing. And then they grab and basically tackle people and get shocked a few times the referees call fouls on them.
Yeah, that's why
I'm like, y'all are literally mugging people.
But that's why I hope they don't win. I don't like their style of basketball like that. I mean, I do like I like their style as far as the team play. I do like that they have good team play, but that other stuff is ridiculous.
The flopping and the grabbing, I can't stand. Because they like, we're going to grab until the referee makes us stop. I'm like, that's not basketball.
No, and
grabbing people is not basketball. Sliding your feet is basketball.
Yeah, and it makes the game boring, man. It's like the Thunder, I mean, if they make it to the finals, I think the ratings are going to be way down if they make it to the finals. If the Spurs make it with Wemby, with, everybody, wanted to see Wemby and all this, the ratings are going to be up. So NBA, make it happen. Make it happen.
And we got a rematch in 1999. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
The story writing itself. The Knicks punched their ticket. They there. We got a rematch now. And then this is even better because remember, Tim Duncan was a young pup when he got up in there. I think it was his second year when he got to the finals. So, you know what I'm saying? We got that same storyline playing out again. I mean, I like it. I want to see it.
Yeah, so NBA put those magnets on the rim,
It's time for the script to come out.
Yeah, it's time for the script to come out. They got this thing out talking about that there's magnets on the rim and they making people miss and all that stuff, some conspiracy theories.
And they got the laser out there making the dude miss the free throw.
Yeah. All kind of mess. So
yeah, it's time for the script to come out. So we talked about the Knicks. I think, again, the Spurs, I think that would be a good 7-game series that we could get into. We know the Spurs ain't going to go out there and let go of the rope like the last 2 teams have that the Knicks played. So the Knicks actually going to have to play. Plus, Cat going to actually have to defend somebody because they're actually going to use their center, unlike the Cavs who decided they didn't want to use their center.
Yeah.
So, I like the matchup, and then the guard matchups. Those will be fun, seeing Castle and Brunson go at it. Dog, you see that dunk Castle got the other day?
Just crazy. But I know
that was nasty.
But I know if it's the Knicks against the Spurs, Cat's not going to be able to jog into the middle of the lane and do his little weak layup.
All that weak effort he got to give real effort.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't none of that. He ain't going to start at the 3-point line and slow walk into the middle of the lane and lay up. Nah.
He got to give max effort like Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the new John Starks 2.0 when it comes to giving max effort all the time.
Yeah.
Straight up John Stark style.
But Josh Hart's always been like that. That's why he's in the league, because he always gave effort. He's probably not the best player out there, but he gives the effort. And sometimes effort can beat out, I'm not going to say necessarily beat out talent, but it can
cause talent some problems, that's for sure.
Yeah, it can cause, because there's a lot of talented people who are better than Josh Hart that not in the league anymore.
Facts. So before we get out of here, man, let's talk about what's going to happen with the Cavs, because this is set to be probably the most interesting offseason for Cleveland ever. Things could go implode. Is Donovan going to re-sign? Because that's an issue right now.
Yeah.
If Donovan's going to re-sign. And I mean, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't know where you're going to go. It's going to give you a better opportunity and pay you. So I think that's kind of weird. You got to figure out what you're doing with James Harden. You had to re-sign. Did that trade work? At the end of the day, I still think it did, because here's the thing. You got to Eastern Conference Finals. You did lose in embarrassing fashion, but Darius Garland would not have been on the floor. He's always hurt. He got hurt at the end of the playing game. He's always hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I think Donovan Mitchell is probably going to stay. I mean, I just can't, like you said, I can't see where else he would go. So I think he's going to stay. They probably should keep James Harden. I mean, James Harden is still a real good player, and just go from there. Maybe.
Well, and then the other interesting questions. This is some questions now. There's the LeBron factor. I'll welcome him home in open arms because here's the thing. You can say what you want about Bron, but he got the experience. He's been to the finals already. I don't think that he would have let y'all lose like this. He wouldn't have went out on his shield on no 41-point loss or 37-point loss, excuse me. He wouldn't have done that. So you got that. And then what do you do with Evan Mobley? Do you do the Giannis trade?
Well, I think they might have missed that. I think they
think they should have did it in the middle of the season when they had the chance.
Yeah, you look at Evan Mobley.
Because it's going to be a bidding war now.
But you look at Evan Mobley now, I just don't see that that's really going to be. I don't think they're going to do that now. They missed that. They probably could have had Giannis before, but I don't think it's going to happen now.
I mean, he did show flashes in the playoffs. He had some good games. And tonight he wasn't one of the guys that didn't show up. He showed up to play tonight. Him and Donovan Mitchell, the rest of the guys went on vacation. Them two showed up to play and everybody else went on vacation. So, and you talking about a young player that's already won Defensive Player of the Year. If you look at what they could get for the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, think about that. What's the best thing you can get back plus draft picks? I think he might be the best player you're going to get in back. Now, draft picks, probably not. Other places got better or more or better draft picks possibly.
Well, but that's the thing though, is with them, it's not even going to be about
they said the owner's prioritizing a player in return that they can play now, they can build around.
Yeah, I understand, but I think the thing that they're going to want more is the picks. They're going to want good picks back. And that's the reason why, because if that's the case, they want good picks back or whatever. Because, I mean, think about it. Evan Mobley is not a number one guy that you're going to build around. He's a guy that you can put there to build around somebody else. I think
maybe he is on another team where he don't have to share with somebody else. He's shown flashes of it.
No.
He's still young. He's not finished developing. Maybe he is.
That's all right. He's not. He's a guy that you put around other people to help the team get better. He's not that guy that you build around. No, he's not that guy. He's a good piece to have on your team. What they really need are going to be picks. Because first of all, with Giannis out of there, they're already not getting big-time free agents. But with Giannis out of there, they're definitely not getting any free agents. They're going to have to build through the draft. And so they're going to need draft picks, So, and I don't know if Cleveland's going to be able to get them that. And then
they can give up 3 first round. They can give up 3 first-round picks and Evan Mobley. And I think in one other player. They had to give up another player for money reasons.
Well, I mean, shoot, the Lakers can give up 3 first-round picks in Reeves.
You can't. Reeves is a free agent.
If they do a sign and trade.
Why would you do a sign and trade for Austin Reeves, man?
I'm just saying. They might do a sign and trade.
Come on, man.
Look,
Austin
let
Reeves,
me tell you.
His man ain't won no awards. You go pass on a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year. Come on, man.
Forget awards. A lot of people won awards. But here's the thing. When Austin Reeves, when he was the man on the team, he was getting 27 to 35 points almost every game. So he can put the ball in the hole when he's the man and all that. So, and that
have we seen him do that with
no
other players on the court, though? When he did that, it's always been either LeBron or Luka on the court with him.
Yeah, but he was the man. He was the number one option. I'm saying putting him over, I'm not saying that he's going to be like that for the rest of his career or anything like that, but we know that he can put the ball in the hole. And the Bucks might look at that and be like, man, I kind of want Austin Reeves.
No, you trying to make a finesse trade for the Lakers,
No,
man.
I'm just saying. They may look at that and they may get finessed and be like, oh, man, I want Austin Reeves. And I can get 3 first-round picks, too, because the Lakers have 3 first-round picks. So
y'all got to comment on this, man. Austin
and he
Reeves
might be on the
Giannis.
Lakers.
Come on, man.
It's not, no. Get it right. Austin Reeves and 3 first-round picks for Giannis. And you might have to give up, Rui or something like that. Rui Hachimura. You might have to give him up also, but, send him over. I mean,
y'all find a way every time to try to come up with these finesse trades. At least we know the Evan Mobley thing was actually a real thing that got discussed.
Evan Mobley is a finesse trade too. Evan Mobley is not that.
So why
good.
they entertain the trade? Why they tell him go ahead and do it? Run the trade. Give us them picks and Evan Mobley. Why did that happen? Then?
Evan Mobley is not that. It's a finesse trade. It doesn't matter why.
So I'm just saying, but it was
trade.
a real trade that was discussed. And first off, with the Austin Reeves thing, he got to also be on board with a sign and trade.
I know.
You think Austin Reeves right now is a free agent? His stock ain't never been higher. He like, yeah, man, send me to Milwaukee.
It just listen. It just depends. If that's where he can get his money, it depends on what he's thinking about. If he's thinking about money, and if he's going to get $200 or $300 million to go over there, and if no other team is willing to pay him that, then he may be willing to do that and do a sign and trade. It depends on what the market is saying. If the market is not giving him that much money, but he can do it at a sign and trade to Milwaukee, and this may be the only huge contract that he gets, because later on he's probably going to get exposed to not being that great of a player. You know what I'm saying? So if
or he
like,
can shock us and be your guy. They got traded for Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm talking about. Lauren Marketing. You know, they found out, well, he was way better than what we thought he was.
Yeah.
He had to share the shots with everybody.
Yeah, but to finish the thought, Austin Reeves may see that this is the only time he's going to get a big contract like that and go for it. I would. If I knew that I can get $200 million or $300 million and I wasn't getting it anywhere else, shoot, I'll go sign.
Come on, man. There's other teams that's going to sign Austin Reeves, bro. Come on, man.
For $200, $300 million?
You wilded on this one, man. You wilded on this one.
Wait, other teams that are going to sign him for $200 or $300 million?
He's not going to get $200 or $300 million from his own team. Nobody's going to give him $300 million.
Or get $200 million. He's
probably going to get like $150. He ain't going to get no $200.
But that's what I'm saying. But if he could do a sign and trade to Milwaukee, he might accept that.
Well, why would Milwaukee play themselves and run their salary cap like that?
Hey, I don't know. Milwaukee might do that. Why would they play themselves and get Evan Mobley? Evan Mobley is not worth it. Austin Reeves is better than him.
Yo, you wilding on that. Chat, come on, help us out, man. This guy's wilding, yo.
Dog, you are overestimating Evan Mobley's skills. He's a good player, but he's not no star player. He's not gonna be the player. He's not gonna put your team over the top. He's not none of that. He's a good player here, bad player there, good player here, bad player.
They're both the same thing, and I'm gonna take the 7-footer over the 6'7" guy.
Nah, so you're the person that would have took Greg Oden over Kevin Durant, right?
No, not in that situation, because Evan Mobley can handle the ball and put the ball on the floor too, and he's 7 feet.
Nah,
he got the same skill set and already won Defensive Player of the Year.
I'll trade Evan Mobley before I trade Jared Allen.
So here's the thing. You going from a player that you already had that won Defensive Player of the Year, that's a good defender, to a guy that's a terrible defender, because what? That don't make no sense, man.
Because they want the scoring.
No, because you're trying to put a finesse trade together. All right.
They want the scoring.
What's one realistic trade outside of that? Because here's the thing. We know it's going to get blown up. What's one realistic? If it ain't Giannis, what would you do if you the Cavs?
If we the Cavs, I mean, honestly, the Cavs don't. I wouldn't do any big-time trade if I was the Cavs. I would try to get little pieces here and there, defensive pieces here and there, wherever I could find that. But I wouldn't do any, huge big trade and blow nothing up.
So if Milwaukee calls you, Jimmy Haslam calls Dan Gilbert, hey, man, let's go ahead and do this Giannis trade, man. I like the way Evan Mobley
hold on. You said other trade other than that Giannis thing. And
yeah,
that's what
I'm saying, but would you do the Giannis trade if you're Dan Gilbert? You didn't say
that. Well,
yeah.
If we're going back to that, then yeah. But you were saying,
so outside of that, unless it's Giannis, you're like, I'm not taking the guy's not for sale.
Exactly. I would just do minimal, defensive player type trades. Get some other defensive players out there, and just keep it the way it is. Because I mean, the Cavs are not bad. The Cavs actually could beat this Knicks team. They just gotta. I mean, James Harden just came to the team. It's not like he's been there for years. You know, they still got a lot of gelling that they have to do. You know, so I mean, I would give it a chance, and I would just try to get some other defenders around them, like.
That's true, because you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I know you got swept, but you still got to where you wanted to be. You got out the second round, and now if you make one or two small adjustments, you might be in the finals the next time.
Yeah, I mean, if the Cavs need to blow theirs up, then every other team that didn't get as far as the Cavs need to blow their teams up too.
True. I think what I would be doing is just trying to figure out that salary cap so I can bring Bron home. That's it. Let me keep all the same cast of characters, and let me bring Bron home, and let's figure it out.
Yeah, so the only way I would bring Bron is sort of like you said, if I didn't have to get rid of people or blow anything up, because this would be his last season, and you don't want to hurt your team's future trying to bring him back. It just doesn't make any sense. Because I think even with Bron, you have a chance of making it to the finals, but I think even with Bron, you're still not better than the Thunder.
You're missing a secret weapon if Bron come back. Bron. We got to get 2 roster spots because we need Bronny too. Bronny he gonna hit that game winner because he's back in the crib.
Now, if you get Bronny, you might be a championship team. You need to put you need to start him and put Donovan Mitchell, have him come off the bench and be the spark off the bench.
There you go. Well, we want to hear from y'all, man. What went wrong for the Cavs? How did they get nasty work swept and embarrassed like this? What y'all got on these Knicks, man? Because the Knicks look like this might be their year. Shout out to my boy Clifton again for you. Go New York, go. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll catch y'all the next one.
Peace up, A-Town down.